Hey everybody, I'm Melissa Brandon with Startup Prize Focus on Health. And today we are back with a founder spotlight, and I'm thrilled to have Jessica Bussert joining me today. Hi, Jessica, how are you?
I'm doing great, Melissa. How are you doing?
I mean, it's as you can see out my window, a beautiful day here in Prizeport, and I'm thrilled to catch up with you because it has been a while since we've really gotten to chat and kind of hear what's been going on with you. Um, with that in mind, before we kind of get started, maybe you could give everyone like a quick introduction to yourself and to your company, Wave Therapeutics.
Wonderful, wonderful. Um, so to start out with Wave Therapeutics, we like to say we're in the business of saving your ass. Uh, our company prevents bed sores with the first affordable, effective AI-enabled soft robotics cushioning system that can be used in wheelchair cushions, hospital beds, surgical tables, and even consumer products like for long-haul truckers, Uber drivers, office workers. So we've got a lot of places where we can take this exciting technology, but initially, we're going to turn a $30 billion healthcare crisis into a profit-making, life-saving resource for the healthcare industry.
I love that. I know you've told us a little bit about how you came to start this company, but I wonder if you would share with folks watching just a kind of quick how you kind of got involved, how this kind of came to be.
Sure, glad to. I have kind of an unusual background. So originally, my career was in engineering. I'm a multidisciplinary engineer. I've done computer, robotics, mechanical, electrical, blah, blah, blah. And then later in life, I took a completely different tact. And in my early 40s, I went back to school and became a critical care nurse. And I worked at emergency rooms and trauma centers all across the United States. I got a lot of gratification out of doing that. And at one of those facilities, I had a patient show up. He had lost his legs in Afghanistan. He was a very poor man. He lived in a cheap wheelchair like you might see in front of a Walmart or a Target. And he came with the worst infected bed sores I'd ever seen. Um, Literally, they were so bad you could see his bones.
Oh,
And he was septic and almost dead. And his doctor had prescribed at the end of care, we stabilized him, got him out of the woods. But at the end of care, his doctor had prescribed a $4,000 wheelchair cushion, not the chair, just the cushion to help treat his wounds. Now, this was a guy that went around in a $60 wheelchair. How's he going to afford a $4,000 cushion? And his story just broke my heart. And I asked myself, could I use my engineering skills and my healthcare knowledge to create a better solution that could be manufactured and sold affordably so the people who needed it could actually get it? And I'm stoked to tell you that's exactly what we've done. We've created, we're utilizing multiple clinically proven therapies to assist with circulation and dramatically increase tissue oxygenation and bringing nutrients to those cells. And we join that with our AI that provides remote patient monitoring, compliance with care documentation, and even eventually predictive analysis on tissue health. So we kind of think it's the Maserati of wheelchair cushions.
I mean, it really sounds like it, except it probably doesn't have that Maserati price tag.
No, we're very intentional about making this so it would be affordable to the people who needed it. Because if you can't get it under somebody's butt, um, it's not going to fix the problem.
That's so true. Well, I wonder if you can kind of take us back to when you competed in Startup Prize. So you were a finalist in 2022, if memory serves. 2022?
Yeah.
2020,
Um,
2023, 2023. It feels like 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago in Startup Prize land. So 2023, a finalist in our FDA track. I wonder if you could kind of tell us where you were in your journey at that point. If memory serves, you had a prototype, maybe. Um, Kind of where you were, where your company was at when you were participating.
Well, like most startups, we were dirt poor, and it's a struggle. It's a challenging process, and we did have some incredible prototypes. We had our ninth generation prototype at that time that was designed based on 600 customer discovery interviews. And it really was an impressive product. It's gotten substantially better since that time. Um, and we heard about this startup prize. This sounds kind of cool. And we participate in a lot of pitch events and contests. We win an awful lot of them, and it's helped us keep the lights on at various times. And most of these things, they're kind of expensive to get to, and if you don't win a prize, you end up a little bit in the hole. And we were thinking that that was going to be the same kind of situation here, but it sounded positive, and so we applied. Well, during the application process, we discovered that for companies that were struggling with finances, as a lot of us are, the startup prize not only had this great opportunity to meet wonderful stakeholders in the industry and work with some incredible mentors and judges, they also offered a stipend to help a poor company like mine actually get to the event. My mind was blown. It felt like, wow, this is an organization that really cares about the founders. And that ethos was demonstrated again and again in just about every interaction that I had with the group. I showed up in Shreveport twice, the first time for the semifinals. And, you think of it as a competition going in, but really it was a growth opportunity for my company. I met with some incredible mentors that offered great insight that helped us advance the ball. Even if we wouldn't have advanced to finalists, we got an awful lot out of that experience. And then getting to the finalist round, working with some other incredible founders, again, another more in-depth review with these mentors and advisors. It was just positive all the way around. The only thing that could have made it a little more positive is if we took first place, but we'll do that the next time.
I love that. But it's interesting that you speak a little bit about competitions because it's true. I mean, I follow you on LinkedIn. Y'all are always out there, always competing. And you're right, you do take home a lot of those first place and money. I would be curious, like how much of that is like part of your strategy for like funding? Do you have like goals that you set each year, like in terms of like how many competitions you're going to be a part of? And also, how do you choose?
Melissa, that's a great question. Pardon me, I've got allergies. I got to get a.
No problem at all.
So our strategy can be summed up, I think, in one word: survive. So we're not going to help anybody if we don't get to the finish line. So we're in it to win it. We're in it to do whatever we have to do to advance the mission going forward. I would love to tell you that we've gotten buckets and buckets of investor dollars to help us advance these missions. That's not the case. We're a female founded and led startup, and we're building a physical medical device. Those things aren't the most flattering in today's VC world. And because of that, our finances have always been really tight. So when I learn about an opportunity to either herald what we're doing or win a prize, or preferably do both of those, um, I'm pretty receptive about participating. Um, and Startup Prize was absolutely both of those. Even being the second place winner in that event is really nice bragging rights. And as I mentioned, we got all these great ancillary benefits out of just participating.
I love that. I wonder if you would do me the favor of just one last little question. Well, I've got a couple more, but I know that you recently got your product to market, right? I mean, like you launched this past October,
We
contemporary.
had a very limited launch
Uh-huh.
and um, got some great feedback. But one of the bits of feedback was that we needed to make some tweaks.
Mm-hmm.
So we strategically stepped back and we're making tweaks and we're getting ready to do that again and properly here in the early part of this coming year. Now we've also got some other great initiatives happening. So being that our technology is focused on preventative care, keeping the problems from ever happening in the first place, well, that's attractive to the US healthcare system. But it's even more attractive to the world's socialized medical systems. I mean, if somebody gets a bed sore in England, the government pays for that treatment, and average treatment costs are anywhere from $44,000 to 130 grand. It's stupid
Wow,
expensive.
that's wild.
And so the government's incentivized to keep those from happening in the first place. We know that, and we've reached out to the NHS, and we're going to be doing our first European clinical study in
Wow.
Manchester, England, the first part of this coming year. It's great. And,
Congratulations. That
thanks.
was like, what a great win. That's incredible.
And if we deliver, I'll say it this way, when we deliver the same clinical results there that we're already delivering here, the NHS is a single point of purchase for 66 million people.
Mhm.
I don't think I'll have any more capital needs at that point in time.
I sure hope not. Well, a couple last ones. The next one I always like to finish up with is, how can we help? Like, is there an introduction you need? Are there certain expertise that you're looking for at the moment? I always like to ask it because you never know who's watching, who might know someone, and who might be a potential contact, mentor, link to your next big thing.
So thank you. What we are looking for are champions and clinical partners in the States that are interested in pilot studies in long-term care facilities, clinical studies in research hospitals and universities. And we are also looking for investors. So we've got a round open right now. The terms are very attractive, and the potential for winning is growing again and again every day. I'm happy to share details with qualified investors. They can reach at me through Melissa or at Wave Therapeutics, www.wavetherapeuticsinc.com. And I'd love to tell you more about our mission.
I love that. And last question, Jessica. And again, thanks for taking the time to catch up. Uh, any last words of encouragement, insight, advice for your fellow founders out there?
Well, considering it's 9:48 in the morning, I can't do this properly. But imagine me with a shot of a really nice tequila here, and I would say, Viva la Startup Prize, and I'd
Oh.
slam that back. Founders, if you have an opportunity to be a part of this really cool program, do it by all means. It was well worth my time. It helped me advance my mission. You want to be a part of this.
Oh, thank you so much. I wasn't even looking for a startup prize plug, but I'll take it anytime. Jessica, again, great catching up with you. I love hearing all the work. I mean, like it's really incredible what really it's just been a year since we saw you, the progress that you've made, and we're sending good vibes your way. I hope it all continues to go well, and best of luck with the clinical studies in Manchester. I can't wait to hear more. We'll have to catch up with you again and see how things are going.
I'd love that. Love that.
Awesome. All right, everybody, thanks again for joining us, and we will catch you next time right here. Viva la Startup Prize!
Viva la Startup Prize.
See you next time.